Hello, welcome to another video. This video is for condensation issues on windows, and sometimes it also happens on exterior doors. If you're experiencing this, you're not alone. Condensation is a growing problem in Canada due to new energy efficient building designs and airtight homes. First question pops up in head when you observe condensation is that where does this water come from? So when moist indoor air hits the colder surface, such as cold windows during winter season, condensation develops. Later, when the temperature falls lower, this moisture condensation turns into ice. So for example, it is very similar to the condensation building up around the glass of cold water in summer days that most of us have experienced before. So now, before talking about solutions to fix this condensation issue, first let's talk about what can raise humidity inside the house. There can be multiple reasons. First, it can be high humidity setting set on humidifier. Then second can be no proper ventilation after shower. Or it's like boiling water, cooking food without covering the utensils and not ventilating properly. Then it can be your plants. And then also it can be high number of occupants in a house. So just for example, one adult breathes out 1.5 to 2 liters of moisture in one day. So now question comes up, how to fix or minimize this issue? So well, there are a few ways. First is proper ventilation. The second is lowering your humidity setting on your humidifier. There's a third one and it's fun, but I will be talking about that one at the very end of the video. So please stick around. So now if we talk about proper ventilation. So in this option, there can be multiple ways that you can ventilate your house. First is your HRV system. If your house is newly built in recent years, there are chances that you will have a HRV system. The second option is that you will have a ventilation switch right by your thermostat. Then third option is using a dehumidifier. You can buy it from any hardware store or you can order it from online websites, and you can use that option as well. First is HRV ventilation system. So in this one, I will talk about two modes that can help to reduce your humidity inside the house. So the first is if you use 20 minutes on ventilation mode with 40 minutes recirculation mode and reduce your humidity setting to 25 RH. So what this does is it will make your HRV system run all the time till your humidity here, which is the real-time humidity in your house, drops down to 25 or whatever level you set. Or the second option you can use is run a continuous ventilation system. So what this does is it's very similar to this. If you lower your humidity, then if this reading reaches high, your ventilation system runs the ventilation for all the time. In this setting, it's the same thing. So it's continuously ventilating and lowering your house humidity. But after your humidity is low or temperature drops down back to minus 15 or 20, then you can use this setting, which is 20 minutes on, 40 minutes standby option. I won't go into very detail about HRV modes and HRV system because I have posted another video for that. So you can click on the top right corner to watch the full video for HRV system. Now, if you look at these settings, I will show you what these settings looks like onto the windows. So which means how much humidity or how much condensation you have on the windows. So if you see here, there is very tiny bit amount of moisture buildup, which is very normal with the cold that I'm having right now. It's like minus 30 outside. And this is the exterior window. Plus I will show you the exterior door. If you see, it's very little amount of ice buildup. So it's all about proper ventilation and humidity control that can solve most of your issues. So I also often get this question from homeowners saying that our humidity reading is low, about 20-22%, but we are still having ice buildup on the windows and exterior doors. So the main reason for that is because these readers, so the sensor in the HRV system, or if you're using some external humidity reader, they only read the moisture that is available in the air. So if you already have a ice buildup and your humidity reader is showing very low humidity, it doesn't mean that your house is dry. But the ice that is already built up on the windows, it's not available for your moisture reader. So if your moisture reader is showing, for example, 20%, and at the same time you have a very huge buildup of ice on your exterior doors and windows, that means your humidity can be high, about 30-35%. So you have to ventilate it properly. Now, the next option that might be available in your house is the ventilation switch. So that means it will say either a vent fan, or it will say ventilation fan switch, or it will say vent switch. It can be anything, or maybe it's not even labeled, but usually it is right by your thermostat. So what this does is, as soon as you turn on this system, it makes your furnace run the ventilation system for whole house. So it brings the fresh air or the dry air from the outside, and your house air goes out. So you can use this option as well. So in this one, what you need to do is run the ventilation and use a external source of moisture reader, and as soon as your moisture drops down, then you can turn this vent off. This will also make your washroom vent run. That means if this system is on, your washroom exhaust fan will be continuously running. So let it run, let it do its job, and your house will be better. Now, the second method to reduce your humidity is to set down the humidity setting from your humidifier. So usually what happens is, sometime I get a call and I go and inspect that homeowner is doing a very good ventilation for their house, but still their humidity is not going down. So in that case, what happens is the reading on the humidity stat is set to a higher level. So what that does is, as soon as your humidity drops down, there's a sensor that takes the reading every time air passes through. And if the sensor reads that humidity is low in the house and the setting is higher, so it starts the water. So what it does is, it starts the water here in this filter. So there will be water running down, and the air passes through and picks up the moisture. So that also raises the moisture in your house. So make sure you set your humidity setting here to low. So it can be, you have to play around, so it depends on what your exterior weather is, but depending on that you have to lower it down. So for right now, if you see, I have set it about 15%. So, and then I also count 10% for occupant. So it will be shower, it will be breathing, it will be cooking. That will automatically add about 10% into your house humidity. So make sure you keep an eye on this humidity stat, and then this is where the moisture is controlled. And the third suggestion to reduce your ice buildup is leaving your blinds or curtain open. So in terms of the blind, the minimum I would recommend is leaving 8 to 12 inches open, so that the warmer air that's coming from the vent, it going in the window. So that by that in mean that it's going between the space between the blind and the window, or if you have a curtain. So what that does is it keeps your window area warm, and it doesn't allow the air moisture to sit on the cold surface and freeze there. Thanks for watching the video, and if you like it, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.